In this video, we want to simplify 2 to the 1011th power over I times 1 plus I raised to the 2022nd power. The goal here is to simplify 1 plus I to the 2022nd power, and then the rest should be easy. But first we have to start with 1 plus I. So if I was to draw this in the complex plane, so here is the real axis and here's the imaginary axis, 1 plus I is 1 in the real and then 1 in the imaginary. So it's going to be this point right here. So I'm going to draw a triangle. So it's going to be a right triangle here. Base 1, height 1. Pythagorean theorem says the hypotenuse is square root of 2. We're going to call this our angle theta. We know that tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent, which is 1, which makes theta equal to pi over 4. And so I can write any complex number, let's say a plus bi, in the form r times the quantity cosine theta plus I sine theta. R is going to be this hypotenuse, which is the square root of 2. Theta we said is pi over 4. So we're just going to plug it in. And this is our equation. So then we're going to raise both sides by the 2022nd power, like this. And this 2022nd power is going to go on top of the square root of 2 as an exponent. And then it's going to go inside the angle here. So it's going to multiply the pi over 4. Okay, so that's from the De Morval's theorem. And so 2022 pi over 4, we can simplify that further. So that, you want to think of it like as coterminal angles. So like, what is 2022 pi over 4 equivalent to? Well, that's going to be equivalent to 3 pi over 2. Okay, so the way to think about this is how many times does 2022 pi go into, or 4 go into 2022, and then you leave the remainder, which will be 3 pi over 2. Okay, so now we can solve this. We know that cosine of 3 pi over 2 is going to be 0. Sine of 3 pi over 2 is negative 1. So you have negative I times 2 to the 1011th power, which is negative 2 to the 1011th power times I. And so that's going to go in the denominator over here. Okay, so now we have a factor of 2 to the 1011th on the top and the bottom. That's going to cancel. So this is equal to 1 over I times negative I, which is 1 over negative I squared. And I squared is negative 1. So 1 over negative 1 is positive 1. And that is my answer.